How do you solve the riddle of the Sphinx? How do you explain a mystery? Man achieves his perfection by attaining the end for which he was made. A seed attains its perfection by becoming a tree. So, man attains his perfection by becoming partaker of the divine life of the Trinity. The greatest shock, and one which never ceases to amaze me, is that our end, ungrateful creatures that we are, is to share in the divine life of the Trinity. In other words, our end is divinity. Can you imagine that? St. Thomas Aquinas writes, "The only begotten Son of God, wanting us to be partakers of his divinity, assumed our human nature, so that, having become man, he might make man gods." This is what is known as theosis, the biblical concept of deification or divinization. Man is called by grace to participate in the divine nature. But how is this made possible? We don't become God in the sense that we become omnipotent or omnipresent, having all God's powers. No, our human nature remains the same. We don't become consubstantial with the Father, but by participation, we can. By nature, man is imprisoned within the confines of time. But by participation through grace, man gains entry into eternity. In the beatific vision, all is understood at once, not in succession, one thing after another, the way we come to know things on earth, but in the blink of an eye. That's why our reason needs to be elevated. By its own nature, what is available to man is only the light of reason. But by participation, what becomes available to him is the divine light itself. Grace, our catechism teaches us, is a participation in the life of God. It is a favor, the free and undeserved help that God gives us to respond to his call to become children of God, adopted sons, partakers of the divine nature and of eternal life. Without supernatural grace, beatific vision would be impossible. And so, the saying of St. Augustine, "Our heart is restless until it rests in thee," acquires a much deeper meaning. God is not only our end. We will even participate in the divine life of the Trinity itself. And I ask this question that will echo in all eternity. Do we deserve this? Given the way we treat God, do we deserve to spend the rest of our life living the life of a God for all eternity? The Mass is God's astonishing love for us. He not only made us in his own image and likeness, he even gave us the very essence of his own happiness, the divine life of the Trinity itself. What a gift! What a life!